Hello, in this video I'm going to explain a very simple Java program. This is a program that can be run on a command line in the terminal window or in a command prompt window. The program will contain two variables, and you will see that how we can display text and the values of the variables to the screen and how we can read a number from the keyboard. So this program, it will be a very simple computer game, and the computer will always win the user when the game is played. So my name is Kari Laitinen and let's start. So I have here already an editor, so I need an editor, program editor. I use this Sublime Text. And I have this terminal window here, and into the terminal, inside the terminal window, I can then compile the program. So if I would like to write a Java program, so the first rule in Java is that everything you write or the program text must be inside a class, or the executable statements must be put inside a class, or every method must be put inside a class. So first I write a class here. So I started with the keyword class, and I gave a name for the class, and the name is now game, and then I use braces, and here I can write something. So I will write a main method that will be automatically executed when the program is activated. So the main method looks like this. I first write public static void main. Then I have to put something inside parentheses here, and I write here string and a pair of brackets, and normally I could write here something like command line parameters or something like that, but because I'm not using them, I will just write here not in use. The Java compiler requires that I specify this thing inside this pair of parentheses. And then again a pair of braces, and now I have a method, and inside here I can write what the method should do. So let's try first that I will just write something or display something to the screen. So I will write here system.out.print, and then inside parentheses I will write what I would like to display to the screen. And I use double quotation marks here, and I want to start a new line, and to do that I need to use backslash and n. That's the new line character. And I will display this is a computer game, like this. And always the statements in Java must be terminated with a semicolon. So this should be now a valid Java program, and I will save it, and I will save it in, now the name of the class is game, so I will save it to a file named Game.java. So file and save as, and I will put into the documents, and I have there a subfolder named Java work. I will put it there, and I will write here the name. So game.java. And I will save it. And now you can see that this is an intelligent program editor, so it can show the syntax of the language. And now I can already compile the thing and test it. So I will go to this terminal window, and I will first change to the folder where I put the file. So I say cd and documents, and then I say cd, was it work? Java, I hope. So it was Java work, I'm sorry, cd Java work. So I'm here now in the folder, and I can see that the file is there. So when I want to compile it, I have already installed the Java development kit into this machine, so I can compile the file. So I will do it like this. I say Java compiler, and then I just write the name of the file. And when it doesn't say anything or complain anything, it means that my compilation was successful. And if I check the contents of this folder, you can see that there is now a file named game.class. And this game.class now contains so-called bytecode, which is the executable code of and the result of the compilation. So, and I will now run this program by writing Java, and then I write the name of the class file without the name extension. So I just write Java and game, and it says this is a computer game. So that's all it does at the moment. So here is the first Java program, a very simple Java program, and so it has a main method that is executed automatically when the program is activated, and that main method is then inside the class named game. And let's now improve this game. So in Java, you can write comments into file like this. For instance, you put two forward slashes, so these comments, they are not part of the actual program. But then how to specify variables into a program? So in Java, you always have to say what type of variable you are making or writing. So for instance, if I would like to specify integer variables, I will do it like this, because I'm going to make this program such that it will ask the user to type in a number from the keyboard, so I will specify a variable for that. And the name of the variable is now given number, and now the type of the variables is int. It means integer, and it means that into this variable we can only store whole numbers, not numbers with a decimal point. So this is one variable, and I can specify another variable like this. Winning number is now the name of the variable. Each variable must have a different name. So I have now here two variables, given number and winning number. And now the next thing would be that I would like to make this more like a computer game, and I would then display more text to the screen. I can write like this system.out.print, and then again a new line here, and I will ask the user to type in an integer, and then I should read the number from the keyboard. And this is a little bit complicated in Java. So first I have to specify a kind of keyboard object, or an object to handle the keyboard, and this can be done in the following way. So I will write here that here at the beginning of this method. So I will write here scanner, and then I give the name keyboard, and then I say new scanner, and I say system.in. This may sound or look complicated, but don't worry about this. So here we specify a keyboard object, or we can call it a keyboard object, or it is a scanner object with which we can then read the keyboard. But there is another problem with this, that in order to use this scanner type, we must write here a thing called import statement. So I will write here import java.util.scanner. So this means that now I'm importing this standard, it's a class, standard type or standard class, so that I can use it in this program. But now I have this keyboard, and well, let's try to compile it. I will save this. So I will just compile it to make sure that I didn't make any errors. So it compiles. So I can continue programming this. So now I have this keyboard here. I can read a number from the keyboard, and that's done in the following way. So I write given number, so the number will be stored in this variable, and now you have to understand what is a variable. So a variable is this, that we have now two variables. So it means in practice that there are now two memory locations reserved for this program, and these memory locations, they can store an int value. And in reality, it means that there are 4 bytes for each variable reserved. And now when I write like this, it means that what I write here on the right side of this so-called assignment operator, it means that that will be stored into this variable, or into that memory location that is reserved for the variable. So I will write here like this: keyboard and next int and an empty pair of parentheses. So this operation now reads an integer value from the keyboard, and then when it gets the value, it then stores the value into this variable. And the execution of the program stops here until the user types in the number from the keyboard. So I can now write the value back to the screen like this: system.out.print, and again a new line, and here I can do this trick that I use the plus sign here. It's called plus operator here. let's see what happens. I compile and then I run the program. Now it asks me to type in the number, and I will type there 333, and it says that your number is 333. Well, it seems that the program works now. So here the plus operator, it's called string concatenation operator here. It means that it converts this the value of this variable to text or string, and it joins it to this text that is printed to the screen. But now I want to make this program a complete computer game. And I will do this operation now, that I will write here an assignment statement, or I do an arithmetic operation here. I'll write winning number and assignment operator and given number plus 1. What the computer now does is that it calculates what is there on the right side of the assignment operator. So this is the assignment operator, and now it calculates what is this value, and then it stores the result into this variable. And again, there are semicolons here. So this variable will contain a larger number than this variable. So I will print it to the screen. Again, new line. Let's see, I will save the thing, Command save or Control save in Windows, and again I will compile the program. It compiles OK, and now I run the program. Well, I'll use 222 here. It says that your number is 222, my number is 223. So it has the computer is now, or the program has now a larger number, and it's going to win the game. Basically, so this we have now almost developed the program, but we can improve it a little bit. For instance, now the output of the program doesn't look good, as there's no new lines at the end. So let's modify it a little bit. So it is possible here inside this single statement, it is possible to make a more complicated printing operation, so that I will make a new line here, plus, and then I will say that the computer would say like this: sorry, you lost, I won. And I will add one more line here. The game is over. And let's put a couple of new lines there, so the final printing looks better then. So I have to add here. Now it looks okay. So inside this one, because now this is now like a parameter to this print method here, and I will just write it on several lines. So I can do this, but I may not put any semicolons here. So the semicolon is then the last thing in a statement. So if I want to continue a single statement to several lines, then I can do that, but the semicolon then terminates the statement. So let's see how this now looks. I will again save the program. I will recompile the program, and I will now run. It says again, this is a computer game, so 111 is my number, and the computer says my number is 112. Sorry, you lost. I won. The game is over. So I put there 2 new line characters at the end, so the output of the program looks a little bit better. So this is a very simple computer game, and this is a very simple computer program. And well, let's just take a look at this. So this is now assignment. That is an assignment statement, and also this is actually a assignment statement. And so this is now arithmetic operation, and here the plus sign is used as an arithmetic operator, and it means that it takes the value of this variable and the value of this value, and then it adds these values together, and then it stores the result into this variable. But here the plus sign is then used as a string concatenation operator. So the plus sign has 2 uses in Java. You could also try to make this variable definitions a little bit simple. So it's possible. I have now here 2 statements to specify the variables of type int. So it would be possible to do this in a single statement like this. So this would be an alternative way to specify the variables. I will just compile it and ensure that this works. It still compiles, it's okay. So I can specify the variables like this. The idea here is that when you use a variable, it always I refer to the variable with the name. With the name of the variable. So that if I would then change the write a different name here, for instance, I drop this R here. Let's see what happens. It says that cannot find symbol given number without the last character. So the name of a variable must be exactly as it is written. And actually I could even simplify this program in the following way, so that I would write the variable, because this is now the keyword to specify an int variable. So I could write this variable here, or this keyword here, like this, and also like this. So then I could take out this statement from the program. So this, when in a statement like this, you specify a variable and then immediately you assign a value to the variable. So let's save this thing and recompile, so it still compiles. I will run the program and it still seems to work. So Java has also other types of variables. So now this int variable, it means that it can store an integer value. So I could use variables like double here. So if I would like write like this, it would mean that I could store a value with a decimal point into this variable. But then if I would modify this like this, I would require that I would use a different method here. I would have to write here next double. Well, we can try this. But then if I'm using double here, I have to use a double here as well. I have not tried this earlier, so this may not work, but let's try it. Oh, it seems to work. So you can't see the difference, but it did display a decimal point there. Let's try it again. I will 555.66. Well, it still seems to work. Also with the decimal numbers, or with the numbers with a decimal point. So I think this is now the end of the lesson, and we have covered some essential things about Java programming language. You can actually find this program if you go to my site naturalprogramming.com, and then if you click this Java icon here, you will enter a page that is the page for my Java book. But here you see a list of many example programs, and there is also the Game.java. So you can download it from there with the right mouse button if you like, or you can just take a look. So we can take a look at it like this. There's some problem with this computer. So here the program, it is almost written in the same way as I wrote it there. So the names of the variables are slightly different in this official version of the program. And if you want to see more explanation related to very, very basic things of Java, you can go to this on this page. You can always go here and buy the book, but there are some free sample pages here. So you can, if you click this link here, you will see a list of sample pages, and there are, for instance, chapter 5, basic structure of programs. And if I click this, I will enter this page, and here, for instance, the Game.java is explained with these bubbles. And you will, for instance, here, if you go further, you will find a list of variable types in Java. So there's the int type, and there is the double type, and there are short type, long type, and so on. And here you will see some drawings how these variables are located in the memory of computer. Okay, so I think this is the end of this very first lesson about Java programming. I hope you learned a lot about this, and meet you later.